Okay, you're told you have cash coming your way. You receive a letter telling you you're part of a class action lawsuit and entitled to a settlement.
But Action News Investigates has found one case where consumers during a class action case could actually hurt themselves. Pittsburgh's Action News 4 investigative reporter Paul Van Osdol is here to explain.
Well, many of us have probably gotten a letter or an email like this one saying we're part of a class action case involving a defective product we bought. Maybe you're excited to get a few bucks, or maybe you just ignore it thinking it really doesn't amount to much. But Action News Investigates found one case that shows you really need to pay close attention to what's in these letters from class action lawyers. Matthew Mitchell started having problems with his Subaru Crosstrek just months after he bought it. The oil and check engine lights were coming on constantly. Mechanics told him his new car was using more oil than it should.
The problem was supposed to be fixed several times and then just persisted.
Mitchell says in 2 years he made more than 30 trips to the dealer.
I love the car, I just don't like the headache.
He has plenty of company. The 2013 Crosstrek is one of several Subaru models that have had chronic oil consumption problems, according to a class action lawsuit filed against Subaru. The case affects 665,000 Subaru owners who own Crosstrek, Forester, Legacy, Outback, and Impreza models from 2011 to 2015. A pending settlement would give owners of those vehicles an extended warranty for any oil-related problem. But Mitchell took himself out of the class action case. Instead, he filed a lemon law complaint. His attorney was Robert Silverman, who's no fan of the class action case.
These consumers are really getting a bad deal.
He says the class action case will not compensate consumers for the loss of value in their car that comes from frequent repairs, like Mitchell, who had to have his engine rebuilt twice.
All they're getting is the repair covered. What happens when they want to sell their car and they get thousands of dollars less?
Even though the class action settlement has not been finalized, Subaru is already offering its customers with oil problems the same extended warranty that is covered by the settlement. A company spokesman says, "We believe that this proposed resolution affirms Subaru of America's reputation for standing behind its products and taking care of its customers." Mitchell settled his lemon law case with Subaru. He and his attorney declined to give details of the settlement. You definitely got a better deal than people would get under the class action lawsuit?
Correct.
One of the Subaru class action plaintiff attorneys, Matthew Shelkoff, tells Action News Investigates the settlement should satisfy most Subaru customers, but he can understand why some lemon law attorneys are upset.
In this case, I filed one case and provided relief to potentially 665,000 individuals. Well, that's a lot of business for lemon law attorneys that could have been swept up in that case.
There's lots of class actions being filed all the time. Some are really good, some get great results, but this one is really bad. This one bothers me more than any over 26 years.
Regardless of how car owners make out in the class action case, there is no question that it will be lucrative for plaintiff lawyers. They stand to collect $1.5 million in fees if the settlement is approved. Shelkoff acknowledges the class action settlement may not work for some people who think they deserve more than an extended warranty.
And those are the individuals that, if they want to opt out, they can certainly opt out, and it might make sense for them to do so.
One of them is Scott Bates of Jeanette, who settled a lemon law case with Subaru. Before his Impreza had 7,000 miles on it, he says he had to have his engine rebuilt twice. What was your reaction when you saw that oil light coming on after having the engine rebuilt?
I wasn't pleased, to say the least. It wasn't a reliable car.
If you're a Subaru owner and you're part of this class action case, you have to decide by June 13th whether you want to opt out. If you got one of those class action notices and you do nothing, you will be automatically part of the settlement. That will prevent you from filing a lemon law complaint. The settlement is expected to be finalized in July. Paul Van Osdol, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Good information.